What is going on, shrimp keepers? This is Rob with flipaquatics.com. Today we are at Aquashella and I want to show you the coolest, most creative, most interesting animals here at Aquashella and show you what you guys missed this year at Aquashella. And this is going to be a great time. I'm really excited to show you guys. And you're going to be shocked with the things that we find here. You guys know me. I'm a shrimp lover, love shrimp so much. It's my hobby, my passion, my business. And so I gotta give a lot of credit. This is the American Shrimp Contest. I think we had about 63 entries for this show. Grant with the Garden of Eden is back there. Shelby isn't back there, but they put on this show. Well, I don't wanna say they put on the show because actually it's put on by JBJ and Shrimp King. Oh, Shelby's over there hiding behind one of the tables. But they are the organizers. They make all this happen. They set it up. So we're gonna do a whole video on this contest. So I won't dive a ton into it, but if you love shrimp like I do, you gotta come here and see the America's or the USA's best shrimp and see what all these breeders are breeding. Really cool stuff. Usually they sell them. So a great opportunity if you are a shrimp keeper. All right, so we're at Blue Dog Aquatics. They do more than just fish and aquatics. So it's actually really cool. These are my buddies. They do snakes, they do nasty spiders, we won't get into that. They do lizards, they do all kinds of stuff. And so if you come to Aquashella, you're gonna see some stuff that you've never seen before. Like, what is this guy?
So I guarantee you've never seen this animal before, and a lot of people recognize this as a uromastic, and you are correct, it is. However, it's a very rare uromastic. This is actually an Egyptian giant uromastic. So this guy may look small now, but this guy will be over 30 inches. They are one of the world's largest uromastics, and they will have a girth of about that big on them when they're full grown. They need enclosures that are over 8 feet long, and these guys like it hot. As babies, they need between 90 and 100 degrees. As adults, they need between 130 and 150.
Holy
I have a buddy
smokes.
of mine that has an adult one of these, and he runs 6 basking bulbs just to accommodate the heat.
That's insane, guys. That's insane. That's so cool, man. Thanks for showing us.
Yeah.
But we'll be back, man, because you got a lot of stuff going on. Like I said, he's got snakes. He's got all kinds of stuff, different types of geckos, spiders, nasty stuff.
World's smallest monitor.
World's smallest monitor over here. Check that out.
Red Ackie monitor.
Red Ackie monitor.
They only
Look at that, $1,000. That's insane.
They only grow 12 to 16 inches, but they're awesome because they move around, they burrow, and they're a lot more manageable because of their small demeanor. Whereas versus you get like the Nile monitors, the crocodile monitors that get in excess of 6 feet, that's a big boy to try to tug around. But with these guys, you can handle them, they don't mind it, and you don't have to build an enormous cage for these guys.
Awesome. So if you guys want to see more than aquatics, you got to get to Aquashella.
Yeah. And Hot Rod will be out later.
Hot Rod will be out later. Is that the chameleon?
Yep.
That's awesome, man. Are you gonna have him up on this thing?
Yep, he'll be out here and he'll be out roaming around, so.
That's awesome. So you guys never know what you're gonna find at Aquashella. I just found these amazing freshwater stingrays, and just look at them. So they said the water's still a little cloudy. They just did a water change. It's beginning of the show, so this is gonna clear up a lot more. But just some beautiful, beautiful stingrays. This is from Super BD, so you can find them at superbdstingrays.com if you're interested in freshwater stingrays. But these guys, like, just look at the color on them. They look amazing. And then over here, you almost have, I wanna say these are albino, but I know nothing about stingrays. They just look absolutely phenomenal. Look at this big guy. The white with the spots. And then over here, it looks like we either have a miniature version or babies. These are kind of funky looking. So stinking cool. Again, you never know what you're gonna find at these shows, and it's so fun to actually walk around and see what they have, because some shows I come to, I'm so busy, I don't have time to get out. So this is the first time that I've actually been able to walk around, and these guys are just absolutely phenomenal. So again, you guys never know what you're gonna find at Aquashella. We just stumbled upon this. This is like an art gallery within Aquashella with some absolutely amazing art. Now, I'm a huge fan of art. I'm not an artist by any sense of the imagination, but I love beautiful art. And like just the colors in this picture, you got the white and the black and the grays, and then you got these fall colors up front that just absolutely pop. So this is just a stunning picture, and they have all kinds. Like, it's so cool. You find this at Aquashella. You never know what you're gonna find here. And so turtle picture, you got a beach, you got all kind of nature inspired pictures. And just to give you guys an idea, like, let me see this one, Rising Up, $2,900 without frame. So these are some high quality pictures right here at Aquashella, and there's tons of options to choose from. So you guys need to be here because this is absolutely amazing. So before we move on, I want to show this picture because I think this one is just absolutely phenomenal. Who's the artist for this one?
That's me.
This is the artist right here. So you guys probably won't be able to hear him very good. What's your name?
Joe.
Joe? And Joe is the artist for this. So that is absolutely phenomenal.
Yep, that's in Kauai and the Kauai coastline.
Wow. That's absolutely beautiful. When did you take this?
That was taken about 6 months ago.
6 months ago. That's phenomenal. How much does something like this retail for?
This one retails for
$19.50. So this one retails for $19.50, which is actually, in my opinion, is a steal of a deal because that's a beautiful picture. And then
25 by 50 acrylic.
25 by 50 acrylic. And if somebody wants to purchase this art, where would they go to find it?
They can go directly to my website, and it's joegarzaphotography.com. That's awesome. They'll find that Orange Crush.
So cool. Orange Crush. Well, Joe, thank you so much for sharing, man. Thank you for letting us film. And you have some beautiful pictures in here. You're welcome.
Thanks for stopping.
Absolutely. Thank you, Joe.
Yeah.
So another really cool thing that they do here is this is the Fluval Aquascaping Contest, where they bring in some of the country's best aquascapers and let them compete. I want to say there's probably about 24 tanks that are competing. They get the plants, they get the aquascaping materials provided, and then people just come together and they have a certain amount of time to scape these tanks. So you can see every single tank is at a different point in the scaping process. This guy's doing it really interesting. He actually is scaping it on a piece of, what is that, egg diffuser or egg crate, light diffuser. And so my guess is he's gonna pick that up and put it in the aquarium after he's done, which is a really smart way to do it, but super interesting because things could really go wrong. So it's gonna be really cool to see how these aquascapes turn out. Down here are some of the better examples of people that are farther along. Like here's one right here that I absolutely love. You got kind of the river rock, you got some white, you got some broken up rocks, you got the fluval stratum in the background. Then down here, Frank, you literally have one that's so much dragonstone, but it's absolutely beautiful how they did it. You can see on the ground they've been breaking up rock all day long, getting this thing ready. So it's really cool to see what different aquascapers will do, the type of style that they have. And it's really cool how they make, like, literally, this is probably 5, 6, 7 different pieces of driftwood. They make it look like it's one big root. And so, I mean, that's what separates a professional from an amateur. Like, I could never do something like that, at least not right now, not with my skill set. So down here, there's even more. This is one of my favorite tanks just because it's all wood. And that's like a really unique, almost like Mapani type wood. And they literally cut it and piece it all together. You can't even really see the glue marks. I mean, a couple places you can, but a really, really unique aquascape. Something that I've never seen before. I've never seen something like this done. The little nooks and crannies. I'm a huge fan of little crevices, and this is a great place to plant. There'll be tons of room for the fish to hide, swim around, do their thing. And again, we got another dragonstone slash, what is that, spiderwood aquascape. Down here, we actually have one that has water in it already. They're using that river stone again. They dirty their white substrate, which I think is really interesting because they only had white substrate to use. And so some people wanted to use brown, and so they were actually able to crush up rocks to make the white look more of a brown color. And then there's still a ton of scaping to do. They have the rest of the day today to finish it. And I'm really excited to see the different aquascapes that come out of this. That is the greatest. All right, are you recording? Yeah. Literally, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. So check this out. They have a catch cup. It says crayfish purgatory. I am a jerk, $15. So apparently this guy was bullying other crayfish, so they had to take him out, put him in his own quarantine place. And I think that is absolutely hilarious. Now, out of all the tanks that we saw, as far as aquascapes and everything, you know, they look great, all that. But as far as wow factor, this is my favorite tank in all of Aquashella. I mean, you have all these miniature crayfish, you have blue ghost crayfish, orange ghost, black crayfish, orange crayfish, blue crayfish. Like, you have everything in here, tons of marbling patterns, tons of different stuff. And this tank is just so cool, littered with tiny little crayfish. And this makes me want to import these guys, sell them on the website, because the colors just are phenomenal. And I love how they have the, what is that, spider wood in there. And they're literally all over the spider wood, tops of it, bottoms of it, on the little edges. Like, over in this corner, they're literally like, it's a crayfish tree. And so it almost reminds me of Christmas with all the colors and stuff. So I really am interested in setting up a tank with these guys. And right next door, I mean, they even have axolotls over here. Some really cool axolotls with some mother plant anubiases, some moss caves. So really cool stuff here. But that crayfish tank, definitely my #1 favorite out of this whole show so far. If you guys are anything like me, you love driftwood, you love scaping with it, you love using it in your aquariums, you are never gonna find a better selection of driftwood than you can here at Aquashella. This is booth Pet World Experience. They literally have, I've gotta say, like a ton of driftwood in here, like literally a ton. They have everything. They have tons of different types, they have different sizes. Like, just look at that spider wood. It is just going the whole length. Like, look at this. This is hundreds of pieces, and they're all individually labeled $30, $12. So not only is there tons of it, but it's incredible prices as well. Like, if you order this stuff online, it's gonna be a lot more expensive because you have to go through shipping, you gotta factor in the size of the box, all that crazy stuff if things break. Here, you literally can select, like, look at this piece. This is a $200 piece of driftwood. Absolutely amazing. I mean, there's tons of pieces in here I would get for our scaping tanks, and I might have to just pick some up. Again, we have a van full of nothing. And so we literally can fill up our whole van, get tons of stuff for our gallery, really scape it phenomenally. Our tanks in our gallery, scape them really well. And so this is just another cool thing that makes Aquashella unique. Yeah, so literally the one thing that makes Aquashella different from any other trade show you've ever been to is the Aqua Crib. I'm gonna show you guys what the Aqua Crib is and what it looks like at the Chicago 2022 show. Check this thing out. Now, I haven't walked through here, so this is genuinely my first impression of what the Aqua Crib looks like. And this is just a great example of art. It's got some loud music, so my audio might not be the best, but check this out. How cool is this, Frank? This is awesome. And this is the experience you're gonna get when you come to Aquashella. So again, this is a rare experience. We actually have Michelle over here by the volcano. She is our artist that organizes this whole thing. She's actually pregnant right now. So huge shout out to Michelle, Bombshell Aquatics. She's a phenomenal person, and she's putting in work pregnant to make all this happen. Granted, she has a ton of help, but she's the one that organized this whole thing. And I mean, it's just phenomenal in here. They got so much different stuff, pops of color, different fish. They got the pond. They got, you can't have an aqua gallery or an aqua crib without some glowfish over there. So super cool. We got the waterfall. The volcano will actually shoot steam out of it. So Michelle, we already got you on camera. We gave you a huge shout out. So again, this is Michelle. She is the artist behind this whole thing, and just does it phenomenal. Yep. I love it. So this is what you guys will experience when you come to Aquashella. It's always a really cool aqua crib. And again, it makes Aquashella so unique because it's not just about fish. It's not just about coral. It's not just about snails or tanks or equipment or vendors. It's about art. So it really brings all the areas of our hobby together, which is so fun. And you gotta give my buddy Pics Aquatics a huge shout out because they are a monster sponsor of this show. They're a lot of what makes this show special. They really do a ton of stuff to make this thing work and really sponsor it. So Huge shout out to Fritz and all they do. And then again, you come down here, you see the Aquashella logo at the end. I gotta try to convince my buddy Sean to give me that, because that thing is just sweet. And that's not even the end. There's still more, Frank. This is crazy. And if you have kids, one of the cool things about this show is they always have mermaids. They have a kids corner. They do drawings. They do face paintings. And so this is a family-friendly event that you can really bring your kids to and inspire them to be the next generation of fish keepers. Who doesn't love jellyfish? Come on. Look at them getting the jellyfish ready to go. What? TP. Little toilet paper will definitely make the glass sparkle. That's awesome. But again, like, how cool is that? Got the shark up above. Huge shout out to Michelle and all she does with her team to make Aqua Crib special. And then you come into the show, and this is Aquashella. Cool, dude. Oh, Frank, come here. So, one thing you guys may find lingering around Aquashella is my grandma. She doesn't know she's gonna be on camera, but I'm gonna get her on camera. We'll see what she has to say. I'm actually gonna mic her up and see what she says. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me. What do you have to say about this show so far?
I think it's wonderful.
This is my grandma Rosemary. She is phenomenal. She drove all the way from Ohio to Chicago to be here to support me at this show. So huge shout out to my Grammy. And have you ever been on YouTube before?
No, I haven't.
No, what do you have to say to everybody watching?
Come out and see the show. It's beautiful.
Yes, I love her. So my aunt's around here somewhere. I just saw her. Oh, come on over here. We got to get my aunt on camera. Excuse me, ma'am.
Hi.
This is my aunt, Aunt Beth.
Yes.
What do you have to say to everyone watching?
I'm glad I'm here.
What do you think of the trade show?
I love it.
Love it?
Every time I come, I love it.
And look at this. Repping the brand always.
Always.
That's my aunt.
Always.
And she's a bombshell. She comes here, she runs our booth, she does the thing. Unfortunately, we don't have a booth at this show, but she is a hard worker. Even my grandma, she is the bagger of baggers. It's so fun. So I hope you guys come out. You can see my grandma and my aunt at these shows, and myself, Amanda, Frank, Tyler, we're all here, and it's a lot of fun. And so that's what I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed seeing the different unique things here at Aquashella. I hope that motivates you guys to come next year and see us in person. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, God bless. We'll catch you on the flip side.